Hello everyone, this is Joylyn M. Ross, writing as Blessed-Selling Author E.N. Joy. And I wanted to just share some real quick information, but I think some information that there's some authors out there who would love to know about. And it's very simple. It's not rocket science or anything like that. It's just my personal kit that I put together when I'm going on book signings or literary events. And again, anyone watching, if you're an author and you have certain items that are must-haves when you go on book signing or on book tour, please feel free to share. So this is just really basic. Like this weekend, I just did the 13th annual Cavalcade of Authors in Chicago. So, I had to manage to get everything that I needed to kind of like set up shop out of town in my suitcases. So what I'm giving you now is pretty much for if you have to travel. But again, if you're local as well. But I know when you're local, you can take more, load up that trunk, the back of your car, the back seat, all of that good stuff. But since I had to fly to Chicago, I was very limited. Now, thankfully, I flew Southwest, and everybody knows Southwest, first 2 luggage free, you get that carry-on, you get that personal item, which I actually carry a backpack. If you can make your carry-on item a backpack, that is awesome. That is awesome. Because you can get more stuff into your backpack as well. But if you fly on Frontier, honey, because Frontier will nickel and dime you. I'm surprised they don't charge you to bring your pocketbook, your wallet on Frontier, okay? I just try not to fly Frontier because by the time you finish paying all of their, hidden fees and costs and to pay for luggage and to pay for carry-on, you could have flown Delta, okay, first class. So I love Southwest because I'm able, again, to bring my large, oversized suitcase, but it still, meets the airline size requirements and the weight. I have a scale that I use where I always weigh my suitcases. I don't want no issues when I get to the airport. But I just want to tell you and show you actually some of the things that are must-haves when I'm traveling to a book signing, okay? Other than the address and any rules and regulations that the event organizer has provided me, I always print off the emails that event organizers give to me, and I carry those with me. And I kind of read them over and over again so that I'm making sure I'm following all the rules and the regulations and the process. Because when you go to a conference, even if you're going as a reader and not the author, you don't want to miss anything. And these event organizers, hi Monique, I know Monique, you do some events, so I'm sure you love it when people respect the information you've given them, you share. I know you even go live just to make sure the authors and the readers' experience is phenomenal. So let me just show you some of the must-haves for me. Okay, must-have number 1, of course, is your roller. You want to make sure you have your rollers. Again, depending on if you're local, if you're going out of town, what size roller you can have. I always like to carry my roller as my carry-on because if the opportunity arises, I will sell an airline stewardess a book, okay? You never know who you're going to be sitting with on the plane. You never know who you're going to meet while waiting to board. So I make sure that I have my carry-on, my roller, full of literature, full of a couple of books. Gwen Richardson, good info for authors who are traveling to the National Black Book Festival. Yes, great information for authors traveling to the National Black Book Festival that's going to be in Houston. So try to make sure your carry-on has some of your books in it, has some of your marketing material. Even, I've sold my books before to the to the airline crew or whatever, but if you want to give one away, and sometimes if you're really, 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 really nice, you can even ask, can you read an excerpt? I know there are a couple of airlines, and I think Southwest may be one of them, where they're actually allowing authors to fly free. They're kind of like the entertainment. So on those really long flights, like I flew from the West Coast to the Midwest, 4-hour flight, on those really long flights, or like when I flew to Italy, I think it was like 12 hours, 13 hours, or when I flew back from Greece to Ohio, 14 hours, something like that. They are hiring authors. Well, not hiring, but you get to travel for free, and you get to read your book, and they, kind of do a little promotion, and they allow the passengers to buy the book. I bet you some of you authors didn't know that. See, that's why I am the host of the Act Like an Author, Think Like a Business YouTube series, because I like to find money. I don't like to leave money on the table, and I like to scoop it up off the nightstand too. So, again, make nice with your airline crew, because you never know, you can get a shout out over the intercom. We have best-selling author Ian Joy on the plane. She's the author of, and then they'll read the book, or they may even read an excerpt from the book. So, with your carry-on, make sure you have your books. You have enough to get you started. Guess what? If the airline loses your luggage. If the airline loses your luggage, you can at least get through day one of that event if you've packed accordingly. So let me tell you some of the things that I put in my carry-on. I have a big banner. A lot of you who see me doing my Facebook Lives, you always see my big banners behind me. I have 3 because I wear 3 different hats. I have my best-selling author Ian Joy banner that has several, copies of my books on it, my book covers. I have my Path to Publishing banner, where I use that when I'm talking about the publishing process, the business of publishing, when I'm talking about self-publishing, when I'm talking about even traditional and POD authors taking control of their literary careers, building literary empires, and creating multiple streams of income so that you can live full-time as an author. Full-time as an author, not just waiting around on book sales. Again, we're creating multiple streams of income. There's other way to make money as an author besides royalties and book sales. So that's when you see the Act Like an Author, Think Like a Business banner. But I have a small banner. When you're traveling, always try to make sure you get your smaller banners. Your little pop-up banners. Okay? So I have a small banner, and sometimes I'll even just lay it across my table. I'll lay it across my table, or, it has the little hooks on it. I'll attach it. I think my little attachment pieces, they're in the garage, but I have these little blue attachments because I just moved from the Midwest to the West Coast, so I've been using my travel gear. So I probably used it to, I don't know, something on the dolly, the couch or something, whatever. But if you happen to forget, your little hooks, then sometimes I just lay it like this on my table so that I have about that much, and then I use my books to hold it. So I'll pile my books up, and my books will hold it. But that'll be in front of my table. So the big banners are great, guys. But think about when you're traveling and you can't carry your big banners and, all the tools and the equipment and the sign holders. Always have your little backup banner. You always want to be able, like I said, to do your thing. Pull that roll, that carry-on, which has your books in it, of course. You can't forget your books, right? So you have your books, you have your roller, and you have your banner, okay? Make sure you have your little book stands. You can get these at Dollar Tree. You can get them in 3 different sizes. Let's see, Felicia Cawley, yes, I have my banners. I have to get some small ones. Get small ones, Felicia. Make sure you grab your little book stands. You can get these at the dollar store. I think I have these in 3 different sizes for $1. I got them for $1 at the Dollar Tree. So make sure so that you could, set some of your books up. But there's ways to set your books up even if you don't have the stands. You can stack your books really high this way, and then you can just lean your other book up against them like that. So if you don't have those stands, if you forget those stands, if the stands just don't make the trip, book stand, okay, yep, Candiana, book stand. So, but when I don't have my book stands, I always, again, stack books, and then the book will stand up that way. You always want to have some upright books, okay, to draw people over to your table. Okay.
you.